Hello, Xavier speaking. Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about the most interesting thing, my favorite thing I do with a studio is actually not studio itself, this is Part Designer. I'm going to talk more about Part Designer in a later episode, but today I would like to show some part that I made with Part Designer. Just a quick introduction. Part Designer is a little piece of software which helps us to make parts for Legos. I really love those. I designed several hundred parts so far. Many of them are similar, but I really did enjoy that, and I will show you what it is about. So this is the interface for Part Designer, and what I'm going to do is to check some parts already created. Today I'm going to start with low-hanging fruits, very easy. This is more or less a rip-off from existing parts, just to give you a feel of what we can do. Okay, file, open. As you can see, I've made several parts. I do have a lot, but many of those are similar or some of them failed. I'm going to start with 5 of those today. Let's start with X0002 to start with. This is a 1x1 plate, rounded plate with a stud, which is very similar to the existing one. I'm going to import the existing one. That's always a little bit slow. And this part will be a 1x1 plate, round. This one, insert. You can see that those two parts are very similar. The only thing is I extended the bottom, so this is smoother. This is the only difference. But I thought it was a good part to have. I can use it in some design later on. I will be able to show you. So this is a very standard part. One stud on the top, each, and bottom, just one bottom hole. Very similar. I mean, that doesn't make much of a difference that we have a different bottom hole. So this is the first part. Another part I created. Let's check the next one. Don't save. X00039. This is a panel, 1x1 panel, because in Legos we have many kind of panels, but I don't think so we have this one. So I think this one is missing out, so I created it. So one bottom hole for studs. That's it. That's no biggie for this one. Let's check the next one. X00547. Oops. .parts. This is just an existing part in Lego. I'm going to show it later on. Maybe I can show it now, which already exists, and I just cut this part in two. I wrote down somewhere the number 68013. There it is. You can see this is exactly the same, but this is half of it. What is that? I don't know what is that. That means this is only this is only a quarter of a rounded brick. So I felt like doing it. I think it could be useful. I hope. So nothing special. As I said, this is low-hanging fruits, easy to manufacture, easy to make. Just take an existing part and divide it by 2. Next part will be X00548. So this is a plate with an hinge. Say, whoa, I come here. This already does exist. Yes, it does. It does exist. But this is the symmetry of the existing one. I'm going to open the existing one. The existing one, the number is 2429. Insert. So this on the left is the existing one. This on the right, this is mine. So why did you build up this one? I mean, first of all, this is very easy. You just have to make a symmetric. If you want to make it, just take that up, symmetric, you get it. So why so easy? Why you make it? I will show you later. And the corresponding part, don't save, which is X00549 part. Open, which is a counterpart, the hinge. The hinge, male, I can say the male part of it. So let's see in Studio why I created those parts and what we can do with those. Those are the parts in Studio. Okay, as I said, if we check for panels, we have many kind of panels. I will use different color to show the difference. Maybe this one a bit too dark. Orange. Those are the existing panels. There are 2 different parts, 1 by 2, one with a right angle, one with a rounded edge. And this one. But I found out that this one was missing. So that's why I made it. As I said, not difficult, not the most difficult thing to do. But if Lego could introduce this one, it could be useful. I think there were 3. Yes, I forgot that one. Yes, there were 3. And a 4. Oh, forgot everything. 3 and a 4. I think that's about it. This is all they have. But this one, this specific one, was missing. For if we use a similar. Mine, the one I made, doesn't have rounded edges. I tend to prefer with the right angle because when you stack them side by side, it gives a better finish. But because when you put rounded by, this is not even, yeah, this rounded is not even. The size is not it's not a proper size. I don't know if that's a mistake when making this part, when somebody did this part, or is that in reality this size? That should be a bit silly because the width is not similar with other. Okay, anyway, I don't really like rounded because every time you make this little ridge. Every time you go side by side, I don't like it. I like to have it smooth. Okay, maybe if you step on it, it might be more painful than stepping on that one, but the point of Legos is not to step on them. So this is my first low-hanging fruit. The next one is that one. I'm going one round plate. Compare with this one. Why did I make this one? One of the reasons is the following. Up. When you stack them one upon the other, it is flatter. I could have made this part even flatter to make it smooth all the way by removing this groove there. This is a possibility. Also, something else I could have made, not necessarily. I don't know if I would create a part for this. Is to compare with that one. This one has a hole in it. This is quite useful. I like this part. Just simply putting a hole in the part gives a lot more flexibility and doesn't impact much the design. If you want to put an antenna or something in the bottom, that's quite convenient. So I could put a hole in it as well. It would not change much of the design, but that means from this single design you can make 4. One exactly the same smooth, one exactly the same with a hole, and one the same smooth and the hole. You could extend this design to 3 new parts, to have a total of 4. Okay, later on, we already talked about that one. What was the number of this one? The one I created from. This one, we've already seen the reason for this part. So it will allow us to put 1.1 brick. Then it will allow us to make that kind of design, which actually I think I made something very similar to that. I have one part very similar, but I will show it much later because I made it for a very specific reason, a part which is almost that one. Yep, so next, the last one among those 5 parts I'm presenting, those two. XX549, X00549 and X00548. Why the hell did I make those parts? Hinge, where they are, there's one, there's 2. Basically, when you just use them as usually people do, I mean, because we only have the orange one available, just looking at this, there is no difference. Of course, you can turn them with any angle you want. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, that's a bug. I hate this bug from a studio. When you use a shortcut and you turn a part and use Ctrl Z, it doesn't work. Also, one day maybe I will have to make video about some of the bugs in Studio. Not so many in Studio, but in Part Designer, oh yes, there are many bugs which are a bit difficult to handle sometimes. As I was saying, so just looking at this, no difference. It does exactly the same thing. That's symmetrical, but I made this design because one day I was just thinking, I didn't make it, but I was just thinking about making something like a container. Let's make a container. So a container with doors. Maybe we have to try some other colors. useful. So if I want to put doors on the container, 1 times 3 bricks. This is roughly what we can expect to make. With those inches. There, and there we are. Okay, we have the doors, and you can imagine that we have the container. When we open, we can open up the door, can open up one, and we can open up the other. Up. This is good and fun, but what I have a problem with, that's if you want to imagine you put something in this container. So the problem are this is sticking out from the door frame, and if you want to put some kind of crate or vehicle which has a six studs wide, you will not be able to do it because of those hinges sticking out of the part. So this is the reason why I created this part. You say, why? It doesn't change anything. Just if I put this part here, it doesn't change anything. No, it does not. That's for sure. But where this to have a symmetrical parts might be helpful, that would be if you use them together. If you use them like, not this one, like this. Okay, let's delete those one. And another thing, to be able to open, you have to keep this stud free, and you don't give a nice square shape to your container. I will remove those hinges, and I will use that one. Okay, put more. One like this, and the other one like this. Then I will change the doors to 1x4 bricks. Sorry, thinking and manipulating. I'm not much at multitasking, so thinking, talking, and manipulating my mouse at the same time, this is very tedious to me. That's the downside of having limited brain power. Sorry about that. So now, what do we have? Not everything is perfect, I have to admit. Now we have the hinges stacking up from the outside of the container instead of the inside. So if you want to pile up container, that will bring new problems. But the good thing about it, when you open the doors, you get a nice opening. I mean, I took the example of a container, but if you take the example of a garage, where you can open up the doors and the hinges doesn't bother you much, but you want the free space in the middle to be able to stick in whatever you want, that will be more useful. This is the reason why I created those mirror parts. As I said, this is very easy, not much brain power involved in those, but could be useful. This is about it for today. Today I introduced you to the part I made. I will repeat to the part x0002. This one x00039. This one x00547. x00548, and for the last one x00549. Those are the five first parts I'm introducing. I mean, English is hard, especially for me. Introducing to you. Yes, maybe I will succeed one day. This is the beginning. Later on, I'm going to show you other parts, more complex or not, depend. Just as a preview, I'm not going to show them right away, but I did some very nice parts that I think would be extremely useful in Legos. And but I don't want to show everything in the same time at first. I want to keep the best one for later. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy, I mean, not me speak English because nobody can enjoy that, but if you did enjoy seeing what I did, maybe in another video you will see more. Bye.